Hey girl, hey, or boy. And I guess my dog is going to be with us too. So today I have some melons and squash and cucumbers that we're going to direct sow outside. Let's see here. Let's get like kinds together. Okay. So today I'm going to sow. I brought 3 melons, but I think actually I'm not gonna do one of these just because it gets really big. Plant spacing, yeah. I think maybe I'll come up with a different place to plant this one. Flesh is deep red, sweet as can be. Plants will produce 3 to 5 gigantic melons that grow up to 2 feet long. Just for where I want to put this, I don't think this is the best fit. I want to kind of trail them over the outside of a garden bed that I'll show you. Gigantic melons sound like they should probably be sprawling on the ground. So hopefully I can come up with a place for that somewhere else. But my other 2 melons that I'm going to do is I have the golden midget watermelon. This one here has got a yellow outside with red flesh. This is a small early icebox watermelon. Beautiful golden rind, pink inner flesh. This is a sprawling type, and it says if growing in a container, let them spill into the garden. So I am planning to have this spilling over. I want a particular look. And then the other small one I'm doing is the sugar baby watermelon. I tried this last year. I tried my luck planting it a little bit late, and I don't think they had enough time to fully finish, or maybe no, I kind of got impatient and I harvested it, but also the vine was kind of dying, so I don't know, we're gonna try again. It wasn't fully ready and some of the parts were green on the inside. It still tasted kind of good, I'm not gonna lie, but obviously not like as sweet as a watermelon. But the dogs got to enjoy that. What are you doing? What are you doing? She likes to decapitate some of my seedlings, especially sunflower. So, you know, you gotta keep an eye on that one. The next thing on the other matching garden bed that I'm gonna put those watermelons in is gonna be cucumbers. I have some of this already in their tasty green, but I started that inside, kind of procrastinated and let them get a little bit big, so they're looking rough. I know specifically like cucumbers and melons and squash, all that don't really like to be transplanted, and if you do transplant them, you should do it quicker than what I did. So I'm gonna do it in succession just in case something happens to those. And then I also am gonna do some national pickling cucumbers. This one here, this hybrid, is burpless. So I've had a lot of trouble growing watermelon here. Every single time I've tried, they've gone bitter, which is something that happens due to the chemical in them. I think it's called cucurbitursin, something like that. If they get stressed or too hot, which is here, they can turn bitter, and from what I understand, there's no coming back from that. Once your cucumber makes one bitter cucumber, they're only going to produce bitter cucumbers. It can also happen if you let one get too ripe. So this particular one here is burpless and it doesn't have that, but it is more like an English cucumber, so not the best for canning. So I'm also gonna try again, 75th times the charm, for a regular cucumber here. I don't think I've ever started them as early as February, so maybe this time we'll do it. Fingers crossed. And then, actually, right behind me, over here, I'm gonna put some squash. I'm gonna put this green scallop squash for no other reason besides looks cool. This is a green summer squash shaped as a miniature UFO. Ooh, it says delicious in salad, cooked on the grill. Unique cross between a green zucchini and a yellow scallop squash. Could be fun. And then I have a cosata romanesco zucchini for this one, or I guess any, but I think in this one in particular, the blossoms are harvested and eaten and are supposed to be delicious. So I planted this last year, but again, it was kind of late. I was testing my luck. I did get a couple. I didn't ever harvest the blossoms because they only open in the morning. And your girl does not come out here in the morning. I already have to work at 8 a.m. so I don't get up early enough to come out here and be ready for work. I almost called it a cucumber. What is this? The zucchini was tasty, better than a regular kind. I grew a just regular dark green zucchini, and that plant was a monster. It kept pushing out cucumbers. It didn't get any shade. It grew for like, must have been at least 6 months or more. The plant got huge, pumped out so many zucchinis. The biggest problem it had was, which was really weird, the birds were jumping on it and kind of eating the leaves, or maybe they were trying to get at something, but they were like shredding the leaves. So I kind of had to put kind of like scare tape, but it was like a little windmill thing, and that kind of stopped them so the plant could recover. But I mean, it wasn't bothered by the heat, so I probably should grow that one again. But these ones do taste better. The first thing I'm actually going to do is, a couple of days ago I planted these flowers in here, zinnias and different marigolds. But that marigold over there, that sad ugly thing, I kind of broke the stem almost all the way. But I had in the cell tray, there was another, I have a replacement, but the ones that were bigger must have shaded it, or maybe it germinated like way after and got way shaded because it's super tiny. So originally my thought process was, let me see if this one pulls through, because I don't want to have to wait for it to catch up. But obviously it doesn't look like it's going to pull through, and even if it did, it would still need to catch up. So that was silly. I should have just planted the little one to begin with. That is right here, teeny tiny. This is a Kilimanjaro marigold, so it is white, if I remember right, about 2 feet tall. My ones last year were kind of yellow, so I don't know what was up with that. It's in a different spot though, with different some this year, so we'll see what happens. I didn't put any fertilizer. This is a brand new bed made with mostly compost because it's only 5 inches, so I figured a lot of these plants can have access to the native soil, but since it's the first year, I'm just not gonna add anything. We'll see how it does. If the plants end up looking like they need some, I can always do liquid fertilizer, and then, you know, I'll know for the next planting. Oh, I broke it the rest of the way. Maybe it was making a little root and trying, but look at this poor crispy thing. R.I.P. Alright, we're gonna pop this one out. Oh yeah, this thing is so little, it doesn't even barely have any roots in there. I've actually noticed that I'm not patient when it comes to the plants, and I do not have the care level needed in order to even bother with hardening off the way you should. I haven't really had that many problems, but when I do put it out, I do know I'm taking a risk, and only the strong will survive for me. But I have noticed that when you put out things that are much newer in terms of like when they've germinated, I don't even harden them off. I just plop them out there. Like if they only have, I mean, probably younger than this, so if they only have like maybe 1 or 2 sets of true leaves, or maybe even not at all, and I pop them outside, they do just fine with no hardening off. Which, I mean, I guess is probably a waste of my time that I put them in a cell, and I could have sown them outside, but I don't sow outside that much because I like to be able to walk by them 5 times a day to check to see if they germinated, even 5 minutes after I sowed them. So that's just how I roll. Now that we got that, let's put our squash seeds. I am not going to label because I wrote this down and have been planning to put these here for a long time, so I don't think I'll forget. We're going to do the green scallop squash on that side, and the Cosada Romanesco on this side. I'm just gonna do 2 seeds. Direct sow. That's what we need. 3 seeds every. I just wanted to see if it said we should mound it up. But we're gonna go for it. I have a dripper here, and a dripper here, and a dripper over here. I'm gonna put it here next to this dripper. Let's get this scallop. Plant 2 to 3 seeds in a mound. Does that even do anything, guys? What's up with that? Maybe I'll do it just because. Like, what even is a mound? Like this? Then I just have a mound here, you know? We'll do what it says, though. And we'll water it in. Alright, guys. Remember, I said I wasn't going to label this because I didn't think I needed to. But we've got the scallop squash over here and the zucchini on the other side. Alright, friends, I have to be wary of my trench over here because I haven't finished putting the drip. So we've got these 2 watermelons 12 inches apart, and why is that in centimeters? Oh, 24 inches apart. I think I'm gonna put I don't know if that was just for me, but these stayed really small. I don't know what they mean by 24 inches, but I guess I'll make a couple mounds here. This one, for some reason, says it needs 24 inches. The other one says it needs 12 inches. So we're going to go to right here. That's not quite 24, but... do the exact same thing on the other side, water it in, and then show ya. This is the front and my trench and my drip and my rocks everywhere, but I want the watermelons to trail over each side. So I'm going to do the same thing to my cucumbers over here on this side. I already have 1 cucumber plant there. I don't have another one that I have some peppers that I'm hoping to squeeze in. In here, I think I'm all done. So I'm gonna add some more on the sides too, I think. Zoom you in. How about that? out of sunlight, so I'm just gonna water in the rest of these and we'll say goodbye. All right, that's it. The sun is setting. Surely I'm not gonna come out here when it's completely dark and put mulch. That would be crazy. But next time you see, it'll probably have mulch. Anyways, thanks for joining me. Hope to see you next time. Bye.